Where's the river? This is the sea. I just want to show you my thing I was making yesterday. I tried to get a good photo and I can't get a good photo. Not because it's a bad thing, just because I can't get a good photo. I want to show you because I worked so hard on it. I really much like it, to be fair. Look. You can't still really see it very well. How do you make his face go in? He looks like he's got... I don't care if it's not that good. I've got hot dog fingers. It looks like a croissant that's come apart in the oven on his head. Pretty good though, for me. For my first. Just remember we started with, and there's his octopus thing. What's it called? I thought it was called a cephalopods widget. The tail's not that good, but I'm going to get the sandpaper to it on. I wanted it. What did I use for inspiration? My own brain. I was going to make it a heart at one point afterwards because I thought I'd just do it, and then thought so it was a heart in the end. I tried it a couple of times, and then just cut it down a bit. And then when I tried to put the scales on its tail, they weren't quite how I wanted it to be. Would I use a pen lid? But I thought it looked a bit like a pine cone, which go with the old pineal gland, whatever we're calling it. I thought that fit in quite well. And this old, is it a pike hook? Went in his tail. It just kind of fitted in because he looks like he's trying to get something out of his tail. And I did actually pull that out of the river before. And that's the little jar that I stuffed in, which I'm going to take the cork out of. And then I'm going to use it. I did actually think I'd use it to put pansies in because pansies have only got like a little thing. Am I going to paint it? Well, I don't know. This is the bit that looked like the lobster claw here a bit. Apparently that's significant or something. I don't know. I like it though. And I was thinking what I might do. Stop laughing at me, Boomer. What I might do, because I was thinking he looks like he should, I nearly did it yesterday, but you know what? I couldn't be bothered. Is maybe make it like his line on some rocks or something. I don't know. Washed up against the shore, so rocks around his back. I don't really know. It should be under the sea. What with a candle? I don't really know. So anyway, that's what we've kind of taken from the Water Rabbit, Year of the Water Rabbit. Plus my friend, what's her name? Sheena is a punk rocker. Gave it to me the other day, and she did say make a candlestick holder out of it. I was just going to put it in the garden with the other one, whose foot came off already. Or put a flower in it. But I've done this, so I'm pretty glad. I'm pretty pleased she told me to do it, to be honest. But I am going to, when it's dry, take the sandpaper to its tail. I did wonder about maybe building it up a bit more, making the tail a bit more like, I don't know. I'll have to leave it to dry first. What do you mean, how's this thing coming on? I was thinking about dragging that down, have a crack at it in a bit. His arm fell down the other week and smashed on the floor, so do you know what? I wasn't in the mood to tackle that at the time, so I didn't. Why did I get these flowers out? Because I tell you what, I was thinking of making him a crown at one point. But I still might, out of tissue paper flowers or something. I don't really know. Is it flammable? Well, yes, it is, but candles are, aren't they? You aim not to put them near the flame. The thing. It's one of those things that you learn. I told you when I was, I must have been 21, because my daughter was a baby. And we were asleep in the bedroom at the time, me and the father. And I had one of those old Ventolin vaporizers that was my brother's when he was a baby from the olden days. It's a bit like an oil burner thing that you put the tea light in, a metal one. They were a medical thing, I think. They came from the chemist. Is it eucalyptus or something in it? I can't remember. Anyway, I left it burning on the fireplace. And I woke up and the flames were all going up the wall. So literally the wallpaper had caught fire. It wasn't even near anything else. Or that near the wall, to be honest. But it's just, all I'm saying, it just brings an awareness to things. which you carry through. Basically, don't leave candles burning when you're asleep. Unless they're in the middle of the floor and there's nothing else in the room or something. I don't know. But you know what? What's it called? Oh, I've got holes in my brain. I've got pockets. I saw them the other day when I was stoned. I kept falling down holes. It's like, oh shit, I've come to a gaseous space in my head. Little pockets of... And then you ping out again into another place. It's pretty cool, actually. It was good to be able to see them. These must be different things. But, what's it say? We don't care. What's in your pockets? I don't know. Empty them out. I'm trying. What was I actually saying? Oh, God, I hate that. It's called losing a thread. A jam on your tiles. That's probably true. Crumbs on your plate. I don't know. The seeds. I want to show you my seeds. I keep looking at them though. Let's go have a look. I put them outside in the sun so they can get some natural sunlight. All of them together. I haven't been bringing these ones in. Remember what I was doing last year? There we go. And I've had a look to see if anything's started to grow yet, which probably won't be because we've been down 2 days. Different things sprout at different times though. It'll be interesting actually to see because the flax over there, if that starts to sprout, which it may do soon, we'll have an idea of when the other ones might come up in the other pot. I did bury them deeper in the other pot. But it's one of those timing things. You'll see things start to come through. And I can't really remember what else I was going to say about it. My grandfather, I had 2 sets of grandparents, you know. So the one who was the gardener and worked in the sea, well, they both worked in cities, but, you know, DC, what, they're going to both be beating me with sticks in a minute. Used to do some competition gardening. Just, you know, just like local garden competition. What vegetable things, like entering vegetables in competition. So it's all a thing about new varieties and things like that. So, and what? The joke of what are you feeding it? And you don't tell anyone. It's just one of those, it's just a gardening person's thing. You have to know these nuances of culture to be able to understand it. Otherwise it's non-comprehensible to anyone. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? That's what makes it, what's the word? Not elitist, sort of, what's the word? Not undercover, but like, what's the word? It's like a secret society that everyone's involved with, but not everyone, but they are. They're not. It's the same with everything. But it's fun. It's kind of, what's the cloak and dagger gardening? Well, yes. I don't know what these parsnips are. I'm not really into it that deeply. I'm growing it for the crickets. What are they going to eat? I don't know, caterpillars or something? The birds will eat them, won't they? Those little green ones they'll be, won't they? They'll eat the lacewings. Well, do you know what? It's going to be a variable event, isn't it? Maybe I'll eat the grasshoppers if things get bad. I did only see one on the other plant, but... Plus they put different things in and out of the soil, don't they? Cooperation in the 14th was considerably more widespread after... I've forgotten who. That's the only thing I can remember from a quote from the young ones. Those onions are coming up. I just put in the other day. But again, because I want to see what flowers are on them. What's it called? Allium. I like doing that. Just tucking things in and seeing what comes up. I did see around the corner the other day. I might have to go delving into that. But later on, I'm sure a few people are going to lift one or two. Not loads, but they've got these bluebell things. What these called? These grape hyacinths. I was looking at them the other day. But they've got a completely different leaf. They're like an orchid. I looked to start with, these are an orchid, and then I looked, it's just these little grape hyacinths, but they're slightly bastardised, I suppose. It is a term. You can use it in Scrabble. I would have said the other word, but it gets everyone humpy. Spasticated. I've said it now. Yeah, so it's got leaves a bit like this, like the lily leaf, but different. I'm not going to do it at the moment. I'm not going to do it at all. It's just interesting. An interesting thing that I saw. These might be... I put garlic in as well and then forget about it. So I think some of these daffodils that haven't flowered might be garlic. It's possible. Try the leaves. I think they are daffodils actually. No, they don't smell like garlic. I won't be eating those. Well, I don't know where I plant. I just put things in the ground and then wait and see. Here's the other hair, look. This is the daddy. And his foot came off. I think he got hit by something. I could stick it back on, but... do you know what? I could do a lot of things, to be honest. What have I been feeding the apple tree? Well, I've fed it some of this down here. The water butt thing. Which I've put a load of... what did I put in it? I did attach a sock full of... what's that stuff that I use for my ankle? Nip bone stuff. Comfrey. In a sock. Over the drain pipe, and it fell off and just went in there. And then I often just chuck coffee grinds in there as well. So I don't use much of it because it's going to be quite... You're supposed to what you're supposed to do, water it down when you make comfrey. What's it called? Compost stuff, feed, or pond water, which is a similar sort of thing. I try and do that anyway. My seeds, just this little drips of rainwater that I've been collecting in pots around the garden. So at the moment, they're not big enough to deal with anything else. They just want the tears of an angel. Right, everyone have a drink. Did I say I found some courgettes as well? Some courgette seeds. I planted all those, hundreds of them. I don't know where I'm going to put them. Anyway, I might just clear all this down and put a load of pots down here and just pretend it's like Triffid land or something. I'll just eat courgettes this year. Probably good for my system. I'll load them with what? Ganja and bake them in the oven. I might just make a salad. Depends how hungry I get. I don't know what sort of effect it's going to have on me. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if it's going to grow. Something to think about though, isn't it? Something to ponder on. Just saying, well, what? I'm on American Exchange. This is what? We're doing cultural what? Immersion. I'll do cultural immersion week. Leave me alone. What's this? Another one of those trees. Another one of those damn trees. Which part? I don't know. The Scooby-Doo part, probably. I'm in a Scooby exchange. Hello, my name is Roderick von Crystalhoff. That's who. Yes, I know you're not. You're crazy, woman. Don't call me crazy. Crazy, mate. Crazy woman. La 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 I guess everything I want to show you. I might just make one more cup of coffee so you know what. Mario came up this morning, said the machine was working after it stopped working for me yesterday. So I did say to him it probably was on a timer. It allows me to have 16 cups of espresso a day. It's true. I forgot about that when I said I had 4 cups of tea yesterday. That's why I couldn't sleep. I forgot. I've been racking up Colombian. It's true. I don't know if it's Colombian actually. Classic espresso. Arabica. Where's that? Arabica. Arabic. Let's have one of those then. 8. 8. Eight's on the plate. My Henry Moore cup. I know it's not. I just have a Coke actually, so I've had an orange. I think it's watering over right. Machine's fucking jammed. What the hell is this bullshit? Look. I hate you so much. I'm going to try and make another one. I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make it number 9 in case it comes out it's weak again. La 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 la. I should have probably had a Peruvian song, but I might have that later on. We don't need to do it. You think how I bought Nietzsche and I bought Nietzsche and I bought Sartre, you know who, the ex, because he wanted to have them around. He might have read them. I can't remember, being in nothingness or whatever, and I can't even remember. The complete works, probably. I don't know. In Latin. I love the way texts are written in Latin, you know. And then they've been transcribed by other people. So if you learn Latin, you're at least in half a chance of understanding the meaning. If you understand the nuances of the time, possibly. Which isn't likely. Something else to think about there. It's true. And that's what I was thinking about as well. And I'm sure other people have thought about this. If you think about, let's go back to what I was saying yesterday about the fabric of time being, oh God, I can't remember, what is it? I've got a pocket in my brain. And they're deep pockets. And Sartre being a tailor who cuts, he doesn't weave the fabric, does he? No, he cuts the tailor cuts and forms the fabric into things. He can't have used it all, for one. And even when you cut a pattern, there's still waste. I know you're supposed to cut it so you waste as least fabric as possible. I did do textiles. There's still some left over, which might not have been used. It's just, what is it? We're formulating what? A construct. It's already been formed, though. I know, but I'm just expressing it. It's expressive what contrast? I know, just die. Well, die what? Diamorphous? Diffractionate? What do you mean? What do you mean? Atoms, though, well, they don't disappear, do they? They just atomise. They just. I'm back to nuclear fission. Fusion. Fusion's when things join together, isn't it? Not exactly. What quarks? They're so small. They were quarks in that thing, weren't they? And then you start twitching when you think about what's smaller than a quark, which makes me laugh. Quark, 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 quark. Micro quark. That sounds bigger though, doesn't it? What was I saying? Yeah, well, those things, they carbonise. What do? They turn to light, which is full of what? Quarks! And then where do they go? I don't know. They get been pulled in by other energy and turns to something new. That's not how it works. I don't know. I didn't go to school. I was too busy. I was too busy trying to find which socks match to wear. And what I was going to wear, the other children would spit on me if I was wearing. So I didn't go to school that much. I'm lying. Well, I'm not. But you know what? It's the coffee. It's the coffee. Hey, you know, is this part of the joke in The Mighty Boosh? Because Noel Fielding went to St Martin's. Is that why he's always wearing them great costumes? Is it like a social, what is it? On art students textile students making great costumes. I've only just I've only just actually correlated those thoughts, that thought pattern. It doesn't be true. It might just be a social representation. It might not have even gone to St Martin's. I just thought it sounded good in the script. I don't really care. I don't care enough about it. I care too much. I'll have to lie on the floor in a minute. See what it has to say. Plants look down on us. I saw that the other day. They look over us. And to us sometimes. They were looking to me yesterday. Animals play with us. They see us as below them. They look past us and into us. It's true. Can't say it's not.